Well, here we are, Newhaven. It's about, I don't know, 8:45ish, something like that. Beautiful scene. That's Steve and Gary. They were here before me. Wind is quite, I would say it's a good 15 plus miles an hour. Takeoff was easy, to be fair. And as you can see, my progress in a westerly direction is fairly slow, but there's good lift. Just be mindful of the strength of wind. Try and keep further forward if I can. It's a lovely sight. Beautiful. There were people flying at Newhaven, at Mount Caban. Yeah, wind is quite strong. I don't really want to venture too far. Obviously going the other way will be quite pacey. So this is just a feeler really to see what's going on. Can't quite see Caban in the murk. So the forecasted winds today are due to go southwest, and I know, having flown here before, when it's southwest and particularly when it's keen, it's painfully slow going westbound, and I wouldn't have particular confidence of jumping the gaps, but the lift is not really an issue. But I'm just conscious that when I turn into wind, my forward speed is pretty slow. So let's just keep out away from the cliffs. There's a lovely sight though. It. Look at that. Fabulous. And I know, having just parked up in the bottom car park, the wind was very light down there. As I got halfway up, you could feel the noticeable increase in speed. There's no white horses at the moment on the sea surface, so the wind isn't too strong. Just got to keep an eye on that as the morning progresses. At some point, I think it might become too strong, and we'll have to just land. But I'm just feeling for the likelihood of progressing a bit further along. I'm not sure. I might just give it a try, just see how it goes. Catching Steve up here on his nice gin sprint. Lovely wing that. He's done well getting that. Right, I'm getting a bit close to him, so let's just not get any closer. Let's just push out. That is a stunning view, isn't it? Alright, let's just feel what's happening a bit further along. Wonderful. Air is silky smooth. Lovely. GoPro, take a picture. So we're just keeping away from the cliffs. Give ourselves a safety margin. It's very slow though. So I'm still about 7 miles an hour into wind. Let's try a little bit of bar. So not a huge difference, but the advantage of being heavy on a wing is that you can penetrate a little bit better into wind and maintain a bit of speed, which I'm currently doing. Alright, let's give it a try. Feels okay so far. Cruising along, altitude's maintaining. Still no white horses on the surface of the sea. I know when I come back the other way I'll be able to carry a bit more speed. So I'm just keeping my bar on. We're doing okay. I think the other two aren't tempted yet to follow me, but then they're not quite, they haven't quite got the performance. Gary, I don't think he's heavy on his wing. So 13 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour into wind, and my wing is virtually into wind, so we're maintaining, so I'm quite happy. Because the tide's going out, there's plenty of beach. Don't really want to land in the rocks or the sea, if I can help it. But so far, we're doing okay. So far, so good. Can we get the Brighton Marina in? Be nice. Get it in once at least before the wind veers to the southwest and increases a wee bit more. Well, I'm feeling comfortable still. I'm maintaining good altitude above the cliffs, no problem, good forward speed, seagulls all the way along, marking the fact that it's good lift. Obviously I know that. Still no white horses, but then the wind is stronger as you get higher up, so at surface level it's not as strong. But we're doing okay. Still on the bar. 15 miles an hour. Yeah, quite happy. No problem. Will we see Mr. Chisholm out on his bike in a minute? Followed me, they've stayed at the main cliff. That's all right. We're doing okay. We're doing all right. $16 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour, very nice. I've got the first gap coming up in a minute. I'm feeling fairly confident that we'll cruise across with no issues whatsoever. Oh, this is nice. So I've pretty much maintained 200 feet odd along here, which is good. Maintained a good forward speed, 16, 17 miles an hour, fairly consistent. Still no white horses. Still good. So in a moment, first little gap before we get to the big gap. What's helpful today, because of the strength of wind, when you're facing into wind, it's easier to maintain. You don't lose as much height. If the wind was light or not, or a bit scratchy, you tend to lose more height quicker. But I'm confident today it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we're still good. Still okay. It's the first little gap. It is only small. ...230 feet. And we've got some bigger cliffs the other side before we reach the bigger gap. Still maintaining good forward speed. And as we go across, losing a wee bit of height, but not too much, and then reconnect with the cliffs other side of the substation and start to gain a bit more altitude, down to 185. There we go, easy, no issues. Reconnect with some lift. Just work these cliffs for a bit, get some more altitude before we attempt the bigger crossing. It's going to need a bit more height than this. So keep away from the better altitude. We'll just keep going. Still got bar on. I don't need bar on, but I'm just using it to aid my progress westwards, and I'm confident that we've got enough height just to jump straight across. We'll keep a little bit further back just to exploit the cliffs at the back here for any air going up. I'm happy I can point into wind and maintain a decent speed, so we're all looking good. We're looking good. That's the Lido crossing. It's the bigger one, the hardest one to cross. ...260 feet. I think we're doing okay. Still no white horses. Still looking good. And the other two haven't followed me. Now these cliffs don't quite face directly into wind, so until I get round the corner of the lower section, I'm not likely to encounter much lift, but we're okay. Got a good altitude, still good speed. It's all there, and I'm quite happy at the moment. So we've barred it across. I've had my bar on for a good 5 minutes now, but it's all right. We're all good. So we'll just encounter these cliffs now, going a bit more altitude before we get to the next crossing. But the next crossing is not as long as that, and there's a few buildings as well to exploit. Right, so we're back in a bit of lift. We're doing all right. Should get a bit more lift on this section as it's slightly more into wind. Yeah, I'm pretty confident now that I can get to the marina. We'll get the run in. All good. And then I'll fly back and join Gary and Steve. Shout at them to go and have a go themselves. I might even do it again if it's still not, if it still feels okay. And you can see there's that next crossing. Look, you've got a large complex of buildings to help deflect a bit of wind my way, and it's not as big, so this is quite comfortable. Back at nearly 280 feet. All good. Yeah, I'm confident that we can get it done. Happy days. I wish this Explorer had the handles on the seas. It's just on situations like this, get my words out in a minute, I could just rest my arms a wee bit. Oh, is that Chisholm? It looks like Rob on his bike. Yeah, I think that's Chisholm. Is that him? He's got shorts on. Oh, I'm not sure actually. No. Well, this is nice. This is nice. Good speed actually. No longer on bar. Which makes me think going back the other way won't be as quick as I think. I reckon it might be quite equal. I nearly didn't come today. I was laying in bed very tired, but I'm glad I have come. Make the effort as usual in paragliding. Persistence, perseverance, put the effort in. Sometimes you're disappointed, like yesterday at Mount Caburn I was disappointed, but today I can see someone at Mount Caburn. No, I can't. No, I'm not what I'm talking about. No. Right, we're getting a bit lower here, so I'll just creep in a bit towards the cliffs. Alright, why am I going down here? Why am I going down here? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Flippin' heck. Well, that's the end of that. My goodness me. I was not expecting that. Flippin' heck. Right down at the marina. So much for my confidence. Ooh, look at that, that's nasty. Well, Timbo, there's a lesson there. There's a big lesson there, Tim. Managed to keep it out of the water, just about. What on earth? The wind's just dropped off. All right. Well, that's annoying. Now means I've got a long walk, and I know, and this is, I couldn't be much further away. The wind had just dropped off. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. From what was keen, smooth, easy, maintaining, my speed increased. Should have told me the wind's dropped off. Never mind. It's part of the learning curve. But annoying. Overconfident there. Absolutely went from it's possibly too strong to not enough in the space of a minute. How odd. Just shows the dangers. Coastal flying. Let's get past these boulders. Here's the steps here, it's very slippery. Very slippery. Like ice. That's the end of that.